Okay, hi everybody, it's me again. I kind of spoofed the last Ancient Magus Bride from last week. I didn't get a chance to upload it, so I uploaded it now, the episode 19. Moving on, we are on to Ancient Magus Bride, Season 2, Episode 20. Now, this one is called A Worm, Even a Worm Will Turn. Now, it focuses on the final explanation behind Philomela's parents. Now, if you don't know, her father is named Adam. He is the son of the bitch, who at this point, she is definitely a female Zokin, and she is definitely on my list of characters who need to die. Especially after seeing what she pulled in this episode during the flashback. Now, I think, well, logistically speaking, this episode, I think, is fairly more towards the fact of it focusing on Accolade, the fairy puppet person who is taking care of Philomela. Now, we see some happy times. We see, again, an explanation of Adam and what he did. Basically, he went against his mother's. This person who's in charge of the Sargeants, she's an evil bitch. I'm not joking around when I say that. Like, she's really evil. She's willing to use her family for any purpose at all. Even her own son. But they're a sorcerer family, and this just gives me another reason to say this show is going... it's rubbing shoulders with Thursday Night. Like, really rubbing shoulders with it. Like how I don't go in a whole bit about Fate Stay Night, but you know how the Tosakas and the Matos and how they act and treat their children? Well, if the shoe fits. But we get basically a flashback of them having Philomela and everything, but we also get another flashback of what happened with Adam and his wife, how they met originally. Philomela's mother was sold off by her parents to the Sargeants to get money. And what was supposed to happen was Adam was supposed to do experiments on her. I think that was the whole gist. But instead, he gets headbutted by her. And he ends up going with her. Now, he goes against his mother. He leaves completely. They have a child. And we have Acolyte, who, the fairy she is being charged with taking care of Philomela. There's some happy times, some good times to say, until the grandmother decides enough is enough. So she sends these goons after them. And I believe what occurs is Adam has an affinity for hexes. And what he does is he has this hex that if he gets hurt, the person who shot him also gets hurt. So that's basically what transpired. So Adam dies, and apparently Philomela's mother dies too. We don't get much of that flashback, because after that we see Acolyte going with Philomela, and they get caught by the Granny's goon squad. And then we go back to the prison. And we see Acolyte, holding on to Philomela, who's turned into this black thing with tentacle hairs. And you can see it's a tender moment, it's a sad moment, and as I said before, this just gives me all the ammo in the world to say, this granny needs to die! I don't care who does it. Elias, Chise, I don't care if they get a zombie to eat her brains at this point. This woman needs to be killed. Like, pronto. Sorry to say that, but she's evil and she needs to go. Now, we go back to the present and we go to Chise. This scene is very weird. Now, I'm not familiar with gods or ancient gods because I was wondering what these crows were, what this woman was. She apparently is an ancient god, and she wants something from Chise, which is this golden branch. Elias shows up during this scene, and they have to make a deal with her because the people who are at the castle are going to come and attack them. So she makes a deal, Chise, with this god, this ancient god called Morrigan of the battlefield. And she makes a deal, and this god just summons these black, headless shadow warriors, and he starts killing everybody. All the guys that were after them. And they leave. When these guys are just freaking slaughtered. And eventually, Lucy, Zoe, Isaac show back up. And that other guy who's got the buggy hands. And they go on their merry way, planning out how we're going to approach this. And I think they say that Chise and was it Isaac? I'm not sure who, to go after Philomela. Eventually, that werewolf shows up, who frankly is another one of the people who's got screwed by this granny, and confronts them. Zoe elects to stay behind to fight it. What's his face with the creaky legs decides to stay behind. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. And that's where we leave that. Then Chise and the others leave. They go on their merry way. And that was basically the episode. So really, all this episode did, in my opinion, is just fortified that this grandma, who's in charge of the Sargeants, is an evil, conniving, old witch who needs to be burned at the stake. Hey, call that like I see it. Because she uses her son as a tool, she uses her granddaughter as a tool. I wouldn't be associated with this woman if she was the last person on earth. But I digress. I thought it was a good episode. It wasn't like spectacular. I mean, really, it was just a flashback. But the flashback, basically, it's just like, this is fucked up, man. This woman who's in charge of this family, she needs to be skewered, crucified, and burned like pronto. But that's really my feelings on that. But overall, I mean, it was interesting to see this ancient god show up, now that we know what it was, and helping Chise out. Next week is weird. Next week we have, from the preview, Zoe's fight with the werewolf. But we also have some flashback with Chise and her focusing on something. And we also get another scene with Acolyte and Philomela. So that's for next week. But overall, for this episode, I would probably give this an 8.5 out of 10. Not a 9 out of 10. I mean, not a lot happened, but it just was good confirmation to basically assure us and to give us the whole laydown behind Philomela's parents. So they're dead, essentially. So her whole thing of helping her grandmother and all this other crap was just a bunch of bullshit. Because she believes her grandma's gonna resurrect her parents with the book. That's not gonna happen. That's a bunch of bullcrap. Because we see how this woman operates. She's an evil skank of a crone. And frankly, the best thing for her to do is die. But I did like seeing everything that was transpiring in this episode. So we'll see how it goes down next week. We have 4? Yes. We have 4 more episodes left of this season 2. So it is going to be interesting to see how this all transpires as we go into the final. But I got to imagine Chise is going to save Philomela somehow. I don't know how. Maybe she's got one of the runes that she was giving to her friends, and she puts it on her and brings her back. But there's definitely more to this than meets the eye. And you're beginning to see how Philomela is. You're beginning to see how Chise is. These girls are on the cusp of being destroyed. Even more cursed. But we'll see how it goes. This has been Bob Conner, and to introduce you guys later. I'm sorry, but this granddad needs to die. I don't care who does it at this point. This grandma, I wouldn't be her child or grandchild for all the money in the world. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.